So I've been using Claude and Excel for a couple days, and I'm both excited about this and honestly a little bit underwhelmed. We'll talk about it in the video. I'll show you just a quick demo of me running through it. There's others out there because Claude is kind of having a hot moment again in the news and online. And yeah, rightly so in some degrees, but the usage rate limiting is still the thing that is irritating to me, and I know a lot of you because you've been commenting on my other Claude videos about exactly that. Also, at the end of this video, I have some news for the rate stuff because I found a product that somebody, a viewer actually, one of you, thank you a bunch, that they're developing right now that's hoping to help limit those rate limits. So we'll look at that at the end also, but for now, let's look at Claude and Excel, show you how to get it up and running and walk you through what it does. I've just created a data set with dummy data in Claude to use in Claude and Excel, and I've created some questions for analysis in Claude to use in Claude and Excel. First of all, if you want to get Claude for Excel, bing, you've got the information from Claude support right here. It tells you what all is new, how to get it, the key features, all that stuff. I'll let you read it on your own. You can go over here to the Microsoft Office place, the marketplace, and you can search Claude and Excel. There it is, get it now. Or if you're already in Microsoft Excel, as I am right here, you can come up here to the bar up here and just go add-ins, same thing, search Claude by Excel, and it's gonna pop it up. You download it, or you install it rather, and it downloads whatever it needs to, and then it's going to live inside your Excel, and you can open it up here in the toolbar as well by just clicking that button, and it pops open the all too familiar chat window here on the side. Let me make the screen bigger. So this is a data set of e-commerce sales data, and I just asked Claude over here on the regular internets to come up with this. So I created some dummy data right here. It created it with not much information from me. I just said what I wanted to do to showcase it. So it's absolutely great for doing something like this when you need some dummy data to work with. And then I asked it, hey, what are 3 progressive prompts to showcase in Claude and Excel? And it gave me this stuff. So without further ado, we're just going to take this first one, analyze profitability by region and customer segment, which combinations are most least profitable. We're going to take this back over into Excel. You got the options right up here to change from Opus 4.5, at least right now, to Sonnet 4.5, whichever you prefer. I'm leaving it on Opus for right now. You can say accept all edits or ask before edits are made. So I'm going to leave accept all edits on, and you're going to see that it just starts doing stuff, which kind of freaky, but kind of cool, and something that we're probably used to at least to some degree by now. It's got some actions that are baked in right here if you want to transform messy data, explain this workbook, debug things. So you can, pick one of those or tell it what you want it to do, whatever you want to. Up here, we got clear chat if you want to start a new chat, and then settings. I think, this is just session logging. I'm going to leave that off. All right, let's paste in the first thing that it gave us from suggested prompts to showcase Claude and Excel. And I've done this a few times with a couple of my own spreadsheets with private company data. That's why I made this dummy sheet to showcase for you guys. And I was sort of impressed, not entirely blown away. In one instance, it used some index matching instead of some more modern formulas. And in that use case, we could have used group by, we could have used SUMIF, we could have used XLOOKUP as different combination of those for what I was trying to do. It got us to the same place, but I was curious why it chose to use that. My guess is that some of those old standbys have just been around for so much longer that there's more training data that it's been based off of. I've encountered this in ChatGPT also, where it's used VLOOKUP for some spreadsheet formulas that I have been asking about. It just defaults to VLOOKUP still, even though both Google Sheets and Excel have updated to XLOOKUP for a long time now. It's 2026. Get on it, So I expect that's probably why, but I don't know for sure. So right now it's reading and analyzing the data. And you can click on these little guys over here and just kind of see, hey, what is going on? And I clicked on that little arrow to expand what is actually going on right here. And it just does its thing. So we're used to waiting on these LLMs, and this is no different. We're waiting on it to decide how to analyze all this and then what to do with it. So we'll come back when it's done its thing. All right, so it is giving us some insights here. Would you like me to create a pivot table or chart to visual? Well, yeah, that's the whole point. I want you to do stuff. Yes, please. Put these findings in a new tab. All right, so that's the first time where I've given it something to do and it's answered only in chat without me specifying to only answer in chat. I wanted this info, of course, in the spreadsheet itself. So let's see what it does now. So we see we've got this profitability analysis sheet down here that it's created. Let's go over to it and you can see it started to put in some information. And I suspect it's going to add a total row and then give me this profit margin. And at the very end, it should resize. It tries to do a good job with like resizing things and making things look a little nice at least. And it does fine. It does not do anything to write home about, though. It doesn't do great. Like, see up here, this is stuck in cell A instead of like a merge center, which I know you're not supposed to use that. But even like merge across cells, we could have used that, Claude. And I wonder if it would do that. Can you please merge across cells? I think if I highlight this and then go all the way to F, please merge across cells. I'm going to ask it to do that next. I mean, it'd be faster if I did it, but I'm just curious if it can do some of those like more niche type of operations. All right, so it's given me all this stuff. Again, it's given it to me in chat. It's given me some visual highlights, top 3 performers, lowest 3 performers. So we've got all hard-coded data here. So that's not great. The whole point of using a spreadsheet. Oh, good. We've got a sum column right here for the totals. The whole point of using this is to use formulas, for crying out loud. All right, so that was a fail in my opinion. Here, let's see if it'll merge across those cells while we go grab the next thing. So create a pivot table showing monthly sales trends by product category with a chart visualization. So I kind of thought that's what we just told it to go ahead and do, but it did not. Bit more information. Which cells would you like me to merge? I had highlighted those, so it should have known that. Not sure why it didn't. So we're just going to say A1 through F1, and then we're going to move on from that boring prompt. Okay, yeah, so it couldn't do it. It's just telling me what to do. That's interesting. That's just a tool set. This doesn't have access to everything yet. So that's one of the features I managed to find on my first attempt here that it cannot do yet. Create a pivot table showing monthly sales. Put it in a new tab, please. So let's see how it handles a pivot table. Okay, so it spotted serial format dates. Where is it spotting that? That's interesting. Oh yeah, check that out. So the date column right over here. When I got this information from the dummy data in that CSV file, it didn't come over here as a proper format. So it's caught that, which is good. And then it has rate limit exceeded. Limit will reset at 4 p.m. That's in 2 hours. So that's not great. All right, so here's the pivot table. And we've got the wrong format there. We've got category, month, sum of sales. Let's see if we can just make this a date format real quick. All right, so there's our date format. But yeah, that was unremarkable in my opinion. I'm a little confused how we hit our rate. I'm butting up against this problem again. I've done a couple videos on the rate limiting and the usage amounts. Yeah, check that out. 100% used. So let me tell you what I've done to hit 100% usage right here. So this is a little underwhelming. I basically gave it about 6 or 7 prompts, small prompts, to which we included those ones that you just saw me do in the Claude in Excel. 2 of the 5 that I gave in here, I think, were just yes, no responses, like, yes, please put these in a new tab. Follow-ups to something that it didn't do correctly the first time. I did misspeak, actually. Earlier, about an hour ago, I was in another spreadsheet with some company data, and I did give it 1, perhaps 2, maximum of 2 prompts to do some data crunching. So it wasn't just what you saw me do, but it wasn't very much more either. So if you want to keep funding Anthropic and paying for max and up plans, go for it. But I think I'm going to continue to just use Claude and ChatGPT, the regular versions, and one-off questions when I need answers for spreadsheet stuff. Yes, it's nice to have this sidebar built in here, but really, this goes with any technology. You kind of need to know what's going on. You kind of need a basic understanding of spreadsheets anyway, before you just go hopping around back and forth with a Claude bot here and then getting it to do some really basic stuff. Pivot tables, this is really basic stuff. So check out my channel if you want some more spreadsheet tutorials, because that's what I started the channel making all the time. And to get a baseline level of kind of intermediate level knowledge in terms of spreadsheets, it doesn't take a lot. It may take a lot of practice, but it doesn't take a lot of knowledge. You just got to do a few things and learn a few basics like charts and dashboards, X lookups, simple things, relatively simple things that can be confusing to beginners, like sum if statements and group by, just simple lookups really, and then pivot tables and stuff like that. I love that we're going in this direction. We're not there yet, at least for my use case, because I have only the pro plan of Claude, and I'm not willing to shell out tons of money just to get honestly pretty average results. We could do all this ourselves pretty easily. Hope that's helpful. Let me know your thoughts on this. If I'm missing something on the usage, that's kind of the hot button topic for Claude these days, has been for a while. If you have any insight to share on that, let me know. So I came across this the other day. I had the guy who built this reach out, and he has built this. It's an experimental AI coding agent and Claude Code integration that explores token-efficient workflows, reducing tokens usage by up to 20 to 40% and beyond, while maintaining output quality across many use cases. So this is pretty cool. I'm glad somebody's building this, and the pricing is quite reasonable. There's a free version, free forever, and then there is a paid version, which right now, it's just $99 for lifetime. So if this actually works with helping out with the usage rate limiting, that's going to be well worth it if you are deep into the Claude Code environment. Thought I would shout this out. Appreciate that this is being built. See you in the next video.